Hello, Katie and Megan coming at you. We are so excited to talk with y'all tonight on our Power Hour. We are going to get started here in just about 3 minutes. So just hang out with us, and we're excited you're here. I can't wait to do announcements and talk about the incentive trip.
I know it's going to be so exciting. I'm excited.
What do you think about it, Megan?
Oh my gosh, I'm so stoked. I'm already planning in my head how I'm going to get this, how I'm going to earn it. I'm just really excited. It's a good incentive. And
How has your group been reacting in your group page?
Oh, they're freaking out. They're super stoked. Everyone's like, level 3, here I come. I'm like, yes, that's awesome. That's so exciting. So that's cool. They're excited. So I'm even more excited because they're excited.
I think it's time to make some YouTube videos, right?
Definitely. Definitely.
Trip.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. It's going to be sweet. It's going to be awesome. I'm super excited.
Have a tablet yet? I'm one of those weirdo losers who doesn't even have a tablet.
Yes, so, I'm on my iPad right now, but
earning a tablet's pretty cool.
Yeah,
this is
pretty
the closest
awesome.
thing I have to a tablet, my giant iPhone 6 Plus.
That's awesome. I'm excited. I think it's cool. Plus leadership, earning leadership as an option if you earn level 3. That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody loves to earn a trip. Why not, right? I love earning trips. That's cool.
One of my favorite things.
Definitely.
How many trips have you earned since you joined?
I've earned 3. But that's not to say much, since the first couple of years I didn't try. And that was silly of me, really, really silly, because I didn't think I could do it. And so I didn't even try.
I did the same thing my first year and a half.
Yeah. But, then you realize I'm a dope. I totally could have earned those. You just have to actually look at what you're doing and think about it. And, clearly I could have been there. But again, I had no faith in myself. And I thought, I have to be a director to earn that. And that's not true at all. Not even close. So yes. I learned the hard way, but that's okay. You live and you learn. So.
Yep. And you've been rocking and rolling ever since then.
Yes, definitely.
We actually had somebody ask earlier when I posted all of the details on our group page, I had somebody ask, do you have to be a certain rank to earn this incentive trip? And that's one of the things that I love so much about Sensi is so many companies, in order to earn an incentive trip, you have to be a certain rank on the comp plan. And I love that just isn't the case.
Nope, not at all, which is awesome. And so, yeah, never think that you can't earn it just because of your rank, because totally not true.
Look at that. It is 9 o'clock, right on the dot. So we are going to get started and kick things off. I'm Katie Farner, Superstar Director for the Sunshine State Superstars. And joining me tonight is my beautiful, wonderful friend, Meagan Merlen.
Hey!
And I'm going to talk a little bit about Sweet Megan. And then I'm going to go into actually, you know what? Flip-flop. I am going to talk about our announcements first. Normally on our Power Hour, I do announcements and I do recognition when we get started, but it's Thursday, so y'all know we just did Wahoo Wednesday last night, so we're going to skip Wahoo Wednesday, or we're going to skip those shout outs and go right into talking about our big announcement. So who saw the incentive trip details, the Power Up incentive trip? How exciting is this? This is going to be huge for your business this summer. And the one thing that I really want you to know is the announcements aren't done yet. They're not done. Megan knows.
I know.
The announcements aren't done yet. There's more coming. So I want you to stay really closely tuned, because there is more coming. And guess what? It's even bigger. Sensi is not about to break tradition. Those of you who have been with us for a while know that the tradition is there's always a summer incentive trip. And Sensi's not going to break tradition. That's all I'm going to say about that. But stay tuned for more. So let's talk a little bit about the incentive that has been announced. So there are 3 levels. Level 1, you have got to do 1,000 in PRV during the time frame, and you must be active in each of those months. So you can't have all of your 1,000 in May and then do nothing in June and nothing in July. You must be active each of the 3 months, and your 1,000 can be spread out throughout the months. So I really wanted to point that out because I noticed that that was not in the details that were announced in the email. And I do know for a fact that that is the status on that. So please make sure that you know that going into it. You have got to be active each of the 3 months, and active means 150 in PRV. So level 1, 1,000 in PRV between May, June, and July, and recruiting one person. One person. That's not very hard. That's your sister. That's your mom. That's your best friend. That's your neighbor. That's your coworker. Somebody you know. One person who gets certified. What does certified mean? That means 1,000 in PRV. They've got to get certified before the incentive trip I keep saying incentive trip. Before the qualification period ends. I can't talk. Before the qualification period ends, they've got to get certified. If you do that, then you earn level 1, which qualifies you for a Sensi branded, which makes me so excited. Sensi branded custom 8-inch Windows 10 Home Edition 32 gigabyte tablet. So cool. And a Sensi branded custom keyboard and case combo. Awesome. Level 2, same concept. So simple. That's one of the things I love about this incentive is it's so clear and defined and easy to understand. Level 2, 2,000 in PRV between the 3 months. And again, you must be active in each of the 3 months. So you can't do your 2,000 in May and then sit back and do nothing in June and July. You've got to be active each of the months, and your 2,000 can be spread between the 3 months. And you recruit 2 people. That's your best friend and your cousin, or your aunt and your neighbor. You know 2 people. I know you do. Recruit 2 people who get certified before the end of this qualification period, and you will earn level 2. This is so easy, guys. I know you can do this. I know we're going to have a ton of people do this. Level 2 is all the stuff from the first package, plus a Bose Bluetooth mini speaker and a Fitbit. I want a
Seriously,
Fitbit.
awesome.
I know. I want a Fitbit. I don't have one.
And that's
so
like
cool.
their like upgraded. That's like one of their newer Fitbits. It's like
Really?
serious. Yes.
Oh,
And the one in the
know
third
what
package is like the Apple Watch. It's like legit.
Shut
Yes.
up. I did not know that. I'm so glad you said that.
Yep.
Megan, talk about level 3.
Okay, I don't have it in front of me. But level 3 is 3,000 in PRV plus being active in those 3 months, and then 3 certified recruits. And then you're going to get the Sensi branded tablet with the keyboard and a case. And then you get the Bose speaker, a mini projector of some sort, which sounds
so cool, right?
cool. You also get the Fitbit, which one is it? The Blaze, which is like the Apple Watch, guys. That's like serious. It's like legit. It's brand new. I think it retails at like $250 or something crazy. Plus, you get $100 Visa gift card and something else. I thought.
That's it.
Yep. Okay, I got it all. Or you can choose. Well, here it says you can choose leadership credit, or as an option if you earn level 3, and you just have to pay for airfare. It doesn't cover airfare, but airfare, hello, we can find that for super cheap. A trip. So basically a trip, or that whole awesome technology package.
Yeah.
So cool.
And that technology package is valued at $1,600. Tell them, Vanna. $1,600.
That's awesome.
So amazing. $1,600 worth of technology, or the trip. Such a tough choice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So hard.
So yeah, we had to kick things off tonight by talking about this and talking about this huge incentive. And my surprise that I was telling you about, you already missed it. I already said it earlier. So if you didn't catch that, watch it again. Watch the recording again later. But there's more coming. This is just the beginning of what's going on this summer. So, I know. All right. So we're going to talk about our fabulous guest presenter, my dear friend, who I have to say, like on a personal level, I love Meagan Merlen so much. She is one of my favorite people on the planet. One of my Scentsy buddies, my Disney buddies, and just
Disney.
I love her so much. We have so much fun together, and she's just a wonderful, wonderful person and friend. And so I just am
Thank you.
honored that you're in my life.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this amazing person. Okay, so some of her acknowledgments, some of her things that she has done since she joined Scentsy. So remind me of when you joined.
January 2008.
Gosh, so Meagan has seen so much.
Yes, including the old workstation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen the classics.
Yes.
I love it. Okay, so she joined in 2008. She is a shooting star earner, sensational start level 2. She promoted to director in 2011. She has earned St. Louis, Bahamas incentive trip earner. She is a Las Vegas cruise trip earner. She earned the Launch to Leadership cruise trip. And she has gotten her 3-month director consistency bonus and her 6-month director consistency bonus, which is awesome because that allows you to go to leadership, all expenses paid, and boot camp and reunion as well for 3 months. And she earned sensational trainer like a bajillion times because she rocks. And she's earned monthly sales award a bajillion times because she rocks. And she has this is amazing. She has over $80,000 in sales. So she has sold a lot of Scentsy.
A little bit.
And I'm sure that is attributed to her incredible follow-up system that she has.
That's right.
Yes, which is what we're going to talk about today. I'm so excited that she is here because she was one of our presenters, one of our main presenters here at World Tour Orlando, and she trained on this very topic, and people have been talking about it ever since. So I'm so honored she's come. I know.
It was so fun.
I'm so honored that she's here tonight to talk with us about her follow-up system. So without further ado, I'm going to pass things over to my wonderful friend, and she is going to share with us this awesome system.
Thank you. Hey, everyone. I just want to say thank you again to Katie and you guys for having me. I'm so super excited to be here and to share with you guys my follow-up skills here. So just so you know, for a long time, I didn't have a good follow-up system. And this is kind of how this developed because I didn't have a good system. I thought I did, but I didn't. I had order forms all over the place and things were scattered and I was forgetting things. And my situation's a little bit different. I work Scentsy full time, but I also work full time in the medical field, but I only work 3 days a week, but I work really wonky shifts, like 2 16-hour shifts and then an 8-hour shift. But I work overnight, so I'm not home a lot. And when I am home, I'm sleeping, and it's literally for maybe 4 hours because I work from 3 p.m. to 7 a.m. and then I'm home. I have to drive home an hour, and then I sleep, and then you gotta shower and eat at some point, and then I gotta drive again and do it all over. So I was finding that people were writing me and messaging me, and I was doing a lot of my Scentsy work through the night because, again, in the medical field, you can't sleep and you have to keep yourself busy. So I keep myself busy with Scentsy when I'm at work through the night and there's nothing going on. Knock on wood, that doesn't happen very often, but it does. And so I was finding that I had, order forms, or like I'd write it on a Post-it and throw it in my planner, and then I'd get home and then I'd be like scatterbrained because, the lack of sleep after, 72 hours, you've slept for 10, you're like, I don't know what just happened. So I needed to come up with something that was going to be easy and attainable and convenient, and I could take it with me everywhere. So I'm going to show you that system. I'm going to kind of talk about it as well. So first I wanted to kind of talk about our customers and following up with them, because we as consultants and as people forget that following up with our customers is so important. And a lot of times we forget to do it, or we fear contacting them or communicating with them for the fear of rejection or the word no. We all know that we're very afraid of that sometimes. So I'm going to kind of try to talk you guys through that. And, we're going to get over those fears because, a fear is, obviously something that we're afraid of, but we can definitely work through those fears. So we're going to go on this. The fortune is in the follow-up. You've got to remember that. And it is so true. If you're not following up with your customers, somebody else is, or somebody else will. They'll find a new consultant to purchase from, because they don't know if you sell anymore. They don't know what's going on with you, but customers don't want to feel like a bother either. And our customers want to feel valued, and they want to know that they are important to us. They're not just a sale. Those customers can be your lifelong friends. Those customers can be your lifelong customers. You want to have a relationship with them, not just treat them as a customer. So the biggest thing with follow up is consistency. I promise. Consistent actions will create consistent results. If you consistently follow up with your customers, you're going to consistently, sorry, child crying, just check, just listening. Well, if you're consistently following up with them, you're going to consistently have sales, recruits, and bookings, guaranteed. So, again, our biggest problem as consultants is with follow-up is fear of actually communicating, fear of rejection, and fear of being told no. We're typically told no 6 to 8 times before we get a yes. They say 80% of our sales are made on the 6th to 12th contact. So, you could call your customer 10 times and then you're finally going to get that sale. So you need to make sure you're following up. You need to make sure you're being consistent with that. And, here's a little fun fact. 79% of our leads are never followed up with. 79%. That's 80%. 80% of people that have inquired about joining or wanting to purchase or book a party, 80% of those people are not followed up with. That's insane. That's you're letting someone walk out the door. You're letting them go, and they're going to find somebody else because you didn't help them, and now we've let them go. And 68% of our customers, this kills me, 68% of our customers believe we don't care about them or value their business because we don't follow up with them. So basically 70% of people, of our customers, don't think that we value their business because we're not following up with them. I don't know if you guys have heard the story, but Orville has told it many of times. So here it is again. You think about this. You walk into a restaurant for breakfast, you sit down. The very first thing the waitress says to you is, would you like some coffee? When someone declines, that waitress isn't going to be upset or hurt that you didn't want the coffee. She's just going to move on to the next table and come back to get your order later. And guaranteed the next time you go for breakfast and she asks you for coffee, yep, I want coffee. She's going to be happy. She's not going to be upset, or you can decline again. But still, every time you go, she's going to ask you. And one of those times, you'll probably say yes, or you'll say no instead of like orange juice. Same thing. You may offer them something, but they may want something else in return. No big deal. But just remember that whenever you say no, whenever your customers say no, it's no for right now, not no forever. It's just a no. That's not they're not rejecting you, they're not mad at you, they're not upset with you. It's just simply a no. You never kind of know what's going on with a customer. You never know what they have going on. They could have, personal issues, or they're just all set for that time. They just ordered 12 bars from you, they're good. Or think about this. You're out with a friend, and he or she pulls out a pack of gum and asks you if you'd like a piece. You kindly respond, no, thank you. Do you think your friend is offended? No, I'm not offended if I ask my friend if she wants a Tic Tac or a Lifesaver and they say no. But I can guarantee that the next time I'm with her, I'm going to ask her if I pull out my Tic Tacs or gum. And, she may say yes, she may say no, but that's not going to stop me from asking her. One, because it'd be rude if I didn't ask her. And two, I probably don't even remember what she said the previous time. And three, she could change her mind. So maybe that time she didn't want it, but now she does. So just always keep in mind that no is always just for right now. And it may feel like a rejection, but if you change your mindset and think, okay, it's just a no for right now, be sure to follow up and let your customer know, hey, that's okay, no problem. I will follow up with you in such and such time. If you tell them I'm going to follow up with you in 6 weeks, you better follow up in 6 weeks, because they're going to expect that call. If you said, I'm going to follow up with you in 6 weeks, and they said, no, contact me in 3 months. Okay, mark it down, 3 months, follow up. If you don't follow up, they're going to be upset because they told you to follow up, one, and two, you didn't follow up. So now she's looking for a new consultant, and you don't want them reaching out to you. You want to make sure you're there. You want to be that person for your customer. So apply the same rules to your customers. If they say no, that just means they're not mad, they're not angry, they're not upset, they're not appalled. It's simply just a no, all set for right now. Definitely does not mean to never contact them again. It's just a no. And I know that's a huge thing for people, that they're so afraid to reach out. It's out of your comfort zone. But I promise, once you start doing it more and more, you're going to be like, this is easy. And if you're really super terrified of picking up the phone, download Sly Dial. It's free, and it'll put you directly through to that customer's voicemail. You type in the number, and it puts you right through to it. That way you're not having to talk to them, but you're able to leave a voice message. You're able to leave a message, and now they know you're calling. You know, or this is another thing I do when I'm collecting orders and I'm meeting new people. I ask them how they like to be contacted. Would you like a text message? Would you like a phone call? Would you like an email? How would you like to be contacted? If they say, hey, shoot me a text, perfect. Write that down at the top of their order form or customer contact sheet, or however it is you keep track of your customers. And then that way you'll be able to know, okay, this person only likes to be contacted by text message. She works weird hours. I'm the same way. I'd love to get a message because I work weird hours. I'm sleeping weird hours. I've got kids. They're running around like crazy people. Like two terrorists living in this house, like a 3 and 4 year old. And it's, you call me, I don't know if you'll be able to even hear me. It's like chaos in this house. So it's just easier if someone shoots me a Facebook message or a text message, and I can easily get back to them. And typically, like if someone calls me, I'll most likely message you back, just because there's so much going on in this house at all times. So now that we've got the no out of the way, let me tell you about my system that I created. And again, this is for my ease and convenience, and it just works for my lifestyle, basically. Not that I have a crazy lifestyle, but it fits. So find something that works for you, and use it. Like, if you adopt the system that I'm going to show you, use it how you need to. Like, my follow up is a little bit different, and maybe yours will be different. So like, I created the mini binder method. I get my mini binder and pockets and everything at Target. And there was some confusion after Orlando World Tour. These pockets, like people were ordering Avery, I believe, and they don't fit our order forms. I only found my pockets at Target, and they were like, don't mind me. I thought I had a set. Oh, right here.
Show it again, Megan.
Like, this is the dividers, and I'll go through the whole binder when I'll open it up. But like, these are the ones at Target. It's the Up and Up brand, and they're in the like stationery section, like where the tape is and everything like that. Well, in my Target, like before the pens, but after the Post-its, that middle aisle. Like, but everything from there, the filler paper and everything I get from there, and this binder. And they have a couple. I mean, any binder will work. They're all the same size, and I'll go through it after. But those pockets fit them perfect. They're 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. So if you can find those anywhere else, that works too. So if you guys went to World Tour or you've watched some trainings, we talked about the 2-2-2 method, which is 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. And that's kind of how I adopted my system. But I do 1-1-3, which is 1 week, 1 month, 3 months. And that just works for me the way that I run my binder. So whatever works for you, you can do 3-3-3 or 2-2-2 or 1-1, whatever works. Utilize it, make it work for you, and go with it. So on that first call, it's 1 week post delivery. And so here's the other thing about me. My business is a little bit different. I'm in my 4th state since I've joined Scentsy. So I have a lot of customers in Connecticut, in Utah, in Florida, in South Carolina, and then I have like family in Maine and California and Connecticut and Virginia and Colorado. So it's like my area is quite spread out. So I have a lot of out of state basket parties and a lot of out of state orders. I do stuff here as well, but it's a little bit different for me to follow up with them. Like, so I make sure that I monitor all my orders online, like when they're being delivered, when they've shipped, when they're delivered, and then I kind of mark it on there. And I'll show you guys that, which I can show you right now. I don't know if you can see this, but on this little Post-it, I have the date they ordered, and then 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, and then thank you, which this isn't even a good one to show you because I haven't delivered that to her yet. But like this one, And I send thank you packages to everyone. And thank you packages go in all of my local orders too, which I'll show you guys in a minute. Um, so that's kind of how I monitor mine, is on the post-it notes, because I'm like a visual person. I need to check it off to know that I did it. So like this person, her 1 month is on 5/19. So I've already done my, my ordered check, delivered check, 1 week check. So I followed up with her 1 week, and now I'm going to follow up with 1 month, and that's on 5/19. Now, if I'm doing follow-ups on 5/17, I'll follow up with her then to make sure it's all good. It doesn't have to be exact, but around that date, with plus or minus a day or two is fine. So my first contact is going to be 1 week post delivery date. And that is basically just an out of the box call. You want to make sure they received their box, everything is fine, and they've opened it. It's not still just chilling on the dining room table. Like, you want to make sure that they got everything, everything's good, everything's, their light bulb works, their bars, they're happy with the scents, they've not melted, anything like that. You want to make sure that it's functioning and they're happy with their purchases. I don't sell on this call. I don't make announcements. Just basically, it's just a touching base. Want to make sure you're happy, want to make sure you love your products. And that's it. Unless they specifically ask me something, then of course I'm going to respond back.
Would you mind giving us, I would love to hear kind of like an example, because I know most consultants really love to hear something almost scripted.
Okay.
Could you give us an example of
Yes.
what you say? So like maybe if you're using slide dial, maybe some of the newer consultants who are a little intimidated, maybe they're using slide dial and they want to leave a message.
Right.
What would you say on someone's voicemail?
Okay, like today I contacted a couple people, and I usually keep it pretty brief. Hey Lucy, that's who I contacted. Hey Lucy, it's Megan with Scentsy. I just wanted to make sure you received your Scentsy goodies and you are happy with your order. I'm really hoping you're loving the scents that you received. And I know she ordered a ton of black raspberry vanilla. So I said, I know you love black raspberry vanilla, so I'm just hoping you still love it and everything's great. Get back to me so I know that you've received this message and that your products are working properly. Even just, hey Lucy, it's Megan with Scentsy. I wanted to make sure you received your package and that everything is working out really well for you. Please get back to me. Let me know what you think. Something just basic, so easy, you guys, to say, hey, I want to make sure it's working. I want to make sure you love it. Like, they, go in positive and happy, and they're going to come back and be like, oh, she just wants to make sure it's okay. She's not selling to me. Like, if that's what you're worried about. And she got back to me and said, I'm so, like, this girl, she just messaged me. I said, hey, just checking in to make sure you received your Scentsy order and you're loving your products. And she wrote back, I did, thank you. My Only Sunshine is definitely one of my all-time favorite scents. Smiley face. Perfect. And then I'm going to respond back. She literally just sent it. I'm going to say, okay, great, I'm going to touch base with you in another month or so. So you're opening that door for you to say, hey, I'm going to follow up with you in a month or so they know, okay, she's going to follow up with me in a month or so. So mental note, hopefully, if her light bulb blows out or she wants to get more My Only Sunshine, that's all she ordered. My Only Sunshine and 2 warmers, because that's her favorite. So, okay, cool. Like, I'll call back and say, are you running low on My Only Sunshine? Because I can get that order in for you. I'm placing.
Oh my gosh, that's one you definitely take a note of in case it retires. She'll
Exactly. And you even, I always put little notes on there. Like, I had a girl contact me this week, and 2 of her favorite scents are on Bringing Back My Bar for July. So I wrote those right on there and moved her into her 1 month follow up, which I'll show you guys after. But that way I know, hey, she loves those scents and I'm going to follow up with her. So that's the 1 week call, or whatever you're going to do, 2 days, 2 weeks, whatever. I personally would do within a 7 to 10 day window to make sure that their products are good and everything's working well. The 1 month call is another touching base call. It's a communication on this call. I like to inform them of any current promos or specials, and I always make sure they're enjoying their scents. If they don't, typically I'll trade them out, like, a bar, and I'll let them keep the other one, or if they're local, I'll trade it back and make samples out of it, whatever the case may be. You just always want your customers to be happy, so make sure that they're loving their scents. Sorry, I didn't know what that noise was. Okay, and so on this call also, I'll call and say, hey Lucy, I'm just following up with you. I touched base with you about a month ago. I just wanted to make sure you're loving your scents. And how did you like that sample I sent you? Because in the thank you packages, I always send samples, and I always send samples of products that they're most likely not going to try without sampling them, like our laundry products or our skin line products, because some people are just weary about those things. They're not sure if they're going to work. They're not sure if they're going to be happy with them. So I always send a scent of the month with a flyer like this. I just fold it because I put it usually in a bag like, see, like this, and then I tie this down, I wrap it in baker's twine or whatever. But like here, I have the sample hanging in here. I put a scratch and sniff. My information's on the back. I fold it up. And then I have like these little samples from the store, or I love laundry products, so I typically will send those like in this bag, like this. I don't know if you can see this that well, but this is washer whiffs, and this is our laundry liquid, and these are dryer discs.
Is that your business card on the front?
Yeah, this is my business card. Well,
beautiful.
Thanks. You can kind of see it. And then in the back, I have like, the cards for what the products are, what the scent is. Then there's ingredients on the back so they know what's in them because, we got to send that.
Did you get those little cards from the Layer on the Samples Facebook page?
Actually, I made these, but I just literally went to Vista. I downloaded these pictures off the resource center. And then this is like the little blurb, like kind of what it says in the catalog about the product. And then on the back side, it's, see, like this. It's got like all the ingredients and everything that we have on ours. And then just kind of that. And I did this on Vista and this, and then I just write in the scent.
I love how you left the scent line blank so that you have to reorder. You can just
exactly because I order like all like I use like all different scents for the laundry because I love it, and so whatever I have on hand at that time is what I'll make, or I have some like pre-made and then I'll have to go through and do it again, but it's better to leave it blank because you really never know. And like I got the pens from the home office. This is my magnet business card. Then I also did these, which is like the kind of keep me on file important numbers, which is like, family doctor, dentist, eye doctor, vet, and then of course your Scentsy consultant. And these are on, I don't know where these are. I think these are on the director page.
Is that from Flyers by Shauna?
Yeah, Shauna made it. Yeah.
Okay.
She's awesome. And I made it a magnet on Vista.
Very smart.
This is always a thank you note that I send because I always send a thank you note with their receipt, especially for my online customers. And then this is just kind of like tips to get every cent worth, kind of just like, a little how to. And then my Scentsy story on the back, which that's an older picture, so I need to update that. But that's kind of what goes in all of my thank you packages, and then always the samples. So on the second and third call, I follow up with the customer about their order and if they enjoyed the samples and what they thought, and if they think that they'd have any friends that were interested in the same samples. So now you're kind of reaching out to get referrals is kind of how I work that. Like, hey, did you like those samples? I would love to send you another one or two to hand out to some friends, and then get their opinion on that as well. So when you call back the second time, you're kind of starting to build that relationship. Now you're starting to build that friendship, like easing into the conversation. And if you have to, like, I'll make notes on like, my little post-it, or I'll add another post-it. Talk to Michelle. She's going on vacation to Hawaii. So next time I call Michelle, I'm going to say, Michelle, how was your trip to Hawaii? And then I'm going to go into, hey, what did you think of those samples? I'm not just calling and be like, hey, are you ready to reorder? No one wants to hear that. Everyone wants to, they want to have a conversation. Like, ask them how their day is, how things are going. If they just had a child or they just got married, like, talk to them about it. Build that relationship with them, because it's only going to build that much tighter of a relationship with them and a friendship, which is awesome. And that's kind of what you want to do with your customers anyways. You want them to be your friend. I mean, obviously they don't have to be your best friend or anything like that, but hey, you never know. I've met a lot of people through Scentsy that are now my best friends. Like, and they weren't always a consultant, but now they are. And that's so cool. Like, very awesome. So just remember that for the second call, you're kind of checking in again to make sure they're loving their products and everything like that. And then you're opening the door for other opportunity. And then the third call, they should definitely be ordering again by this call, especially if they're using their wax properly and consistently. So if they're not ready to reorder, I try to make sure they're using their wax and warmers and they're happy with the product. Sometimes people, you find out like months later, like, I had a downline, she had a customer contact her and say that she wanted to know, like, how long the scent lasted, because she'd had the same scent in there, the same 2 cubes for 4 months. And clearly she said it was still smelling. So it was definitely a strong cinnamon smell, but it's like, that customer had no clue that like she should be changing her wax and how to do it and whatnot. We want to make sure our customers are educated, because if they're educated and using the wax consistently and properly, then they're going to need more. And that's what's great about our products. So they're consumable, so they need more. And that's how you get business, is by ordering more wax and warmers. And then of course new catalogs come out. So you want to make sure they know about new catalogs on that third call. You want to make sure they know about any promotions we have, Scentsy specials, personal specials, incentive periods, anything like that. You want to make sure they know about that when you're calling on that third call. So let me kind of walk you through my binder. And again, you guys can set this up any way you want, but I love this. It just works for me because I can move things along and check things off. And I don't know about you, but I love to like check off my to-do list. So this little binder, and if for anybody who knows me, I love everything miniature. If it comes in small form, I love it. I want to carry it in my bag, which I don't know about you guys, but I love bags, and I have a whipping post tote. And if you haven't heard of it, just go ahead and Google it, because it's the bomb. Okay, so here's my binder.
Can you say that again? What was that you said?
Whipping post tote.
Whipping post tote.
Yes. Okay. Yes. You're going to love it. Just go ahead and Google it, and you're going to be like, I need that bag. Just so you know. So like, look, I'll show you this just like this. My tax binder's in mini form too. You see? Because I could take it everywhere. Aha. Yeah. So mini form, it says customer orders on the side. I just printed this on white label paper like this. I do everything on these bad boys. So when you open it up, right on this label, it says to be ordered. This is like all my pending orders, pending parties, anything like that goes into this area. And I also have blank order forms on me at all times, because if somebody writes me at 2 a.m., and yes, people write me at 2 a.m. for orders, I have those. I just pull it out and scribble it down. So to be ordered goes in this tab right here. Then once I order it, it goes into ordered. And then this is when I start to stock the workstation to make sure that my order has been posted and shipped. And then we go to pending delivery. So basically this means I'm waiting for it to be delivered. And then that way I can check it off when I know that it's got a delivery date. Or these are local. And like, right now I have a big fundraiser sitting downstairs. So all these orders are actually going to be, they're in a fundraiser. So these will get moved once I deliver that fundraiser on Monday. So that's kind of how I monitor that. Here's my 1 week. So now I'm following up. I'm following my post-it note to make sure I'm doing that. Here's my 1 month again. So once I call them on their 1 week, I move them to 1 month. And in this 1 month tab, and you can see I do post-its. You guys can do this any way you want. That's just easy for me to remember. And then I could check it off, and it's right there. I'll put these in like date order. So I know which date, okay. So I know like, 5/11 isn't sitting in the back of the pile. And then I've got my 3 months. And now for some strange reason, if they don't order after 3 months, they're going into a 1 month follow-up. So 1 month post that 3 months, I'm re-following up with them. And then they go to a 3 month, which I've never had to put anybody in here, but I have it there just in case. And then this is my send thank you packages. So like right now I've got these sitting in here. These are their 3 receipts for my like out of state orders. So like they ordered on my website, or I placed the order for them. Like this is an out-of-state basket party. So I'm going to send each one of those customers a thank you package with their receipts, because I don't need these.
So to ask you, so if someone does place an order on, well, not if, but when someone places an order on your website, you take the time to fill out an order form for them?
Yep.
Okay.
Because that's the only way I won't lose track of them.
Makes sense.
And it might be a little...
Have you ever tried printing their electronic receipt from the workstation?
I guess I could do that.
I don't know how that sizes out. I've never done it.
I've never done it. And typically I do this at work. And so I guess I could. I probably wouldn't get in trouble, but I fear like, they'd be like, why are you printing all this stuff at work? So
that's something someone could try potentially though.
Yeah, you definitely could. I just like that they have this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess because I wrote out the receipt, but that is a good idea. Maybe I will do that.
Well, it depends on what is more valuable to you, your printer ink or your order forms.
Right,
What's more
right.
cost effective? I just
I
wanted to
guess,
put that out there as a
yeah.
potential option, maybe.
That's a great idea though, and I never really thought about it because like I file my stuff away, so I kind of like having it, but I could always just print two, so I could track one along. But I guess because I just like it uniform, like. But
Mhm.
that's a great idea. So that's another way to do it. But this is just kind of another reminder for me to send them. So like I've got to send all these out, and then I have like extra thank you notes in here. And guys, Target dollar section is like the best place. Every single time I go to Target, which is like, I don't know, 3 days a week, I'm buying dollar. Nope.
Oh my God, you might have a problem. Go to Target 3 times a week.
It's a problem when Maverick's like, Mom, can we go to Target? I'm like, oh my God, he's 4. He's 4. He wants to go to Target. No, we
I
cannot
love
go to
it.
Target. So yeah, and then I have my reordered tab. This is for customers that don't even make it through their 1 month or 3 month. They go right back into reordered. And then I start them a whole new order form and they start the whole process again. And then I have the joined tab. That's for when my amazing customers join my team. And then they go into this little tab. Woo! And then there's just some notebook paper and like, I've got like ideas in here. I have extra labels just in case I need them. Again, more order forms and, any doodads that I might need with me when I'm not at home. So that's basically my binder. Again, you can set it up any way you want. And if you need to see that again and more close up, I do have a couple videos on this and my thank you packages on YouTube. If you search my name on YouTube, my channel will come up and you'll be able to see those. And there's also some other videos like on laundry samples and stuff like that that I've done. So if you need that, then you're good. So again, I do 113, but again, you guys can do whatever you want, 222, 333, whatever works for you. But as long as you're following up, your customers are going to be happy and your business is going to be thriving. And just remember, if you're not following up, somebody else is going to follow up with your customers. And then they're not going to be your customer anymore because that other person followed up with them. So, again, the biggest thing is communication and building those relationships with your customers because they're going to feel valued. I don't know about you, but I haven't been followed up with any of my, like, I purchased from, I don't know, 31, Mary Kay, I can't even think who else. Unique. Actually, my Unique girl did follow up with me. So that's awesome because I wanted to order their eye primer, because she gave me a sample of it and I loved it. So I'm glad she followed up with me to see if I like the sample. Because I'm not going to reach out to her or I forget. Or I want her to reach out to me so I could say, oh my gosh, I loved that sample. I want to order it. But like my 31 gal hasn't followed up with me in I don't know how long. So if somebody invites me to something and they follow up with me, I'm probably going to order from them and not my normal 31 gal. And that's just because she didn't follow up. And I want to feel valued. You want to be able to, you're spending your hard-earned money basically, and you want to feel valued. I mean, I love supporting other companies and other sisters, but I want to feel valued. Maybe that's selfish, I don't know, but at the same time it's like I want to support their business, but I hope that they're thankful for it, I guess. I don't know, but I like that, when you're followed up with, you feel special. And
Mhm.
sometimes that's just nice. So communication is definitely crucial, and I promise you, if you start a system that works for you, you're going to thrive and your business is going to thrive and you're going to be super happy with what happens. Just stay consistent. Don't take on too much and then give up because you're so frustrated because you took on all this work. Like start simple and slow. That's why I think this binder is really great. Like clearly I didn't go back to 2008 and put all of my orders in here. Shoot, I can't even access like customers from 2008, and that's on me. Like I have those order forms somewhere, but 4 moves later, who the heck knows where they are, and that's my fault. So I've lost those customers, but you live and you learn, and here we are. And so now I'm following up with as many customers as I can. So hopefully that helps. If you ever have questions or you need to reach out to me, please do. Like you can message me anytime. If I don't respond, I'm probably sleeping and I'll write you when I wake up, but I am awake at the weirdest hours. So Don't be afraid to, write me because I'm usually awake, especially on the weekends. I'm up all night. So write me whenever you want because I'm probably bored unless, the ER is crazy. But like 4 a.m., I'm twiddling my thumbs. So anybody could write me. Promise.
Oh, you're so
Yeah.
sweet. I actually have a couple questions that I want to ask you if that's okay.
Yes. Hold on. I got to take the shirt off. I'm sweating. Okay.
Oh
Oh,
my.
baby. Oh,
I just wore that same exact shirt yesterday, the red t-shirt.
winning.
Yeah,
This is
I
how my
love that.
heart beats.
Yes.
Okay. What you got for me?
Okay, so what would your advice be to someone who maybe has been a consultant for a year or 2 years or 3 years and has never done this? Where do they start? Because that could be
I,
intimidating. Like, what the heck? Where do I start?
right.
What would you tell them to do?
I would start with their most recent orders and I would go back as far as you could or as far as you felt like you could handle. And when you reach out to those customers, I would just say, hey, I know I haven't followed up with you in a while, but I wouldn't make an excuse. I would just say, I'm following up now. I didn't have a good system. You could just be honest and say, I'm really sorry. I kind of, I didn't follow up with you and I'm really hoping that I can help you in the future with any of your Scentsy needs. Just keep it simple, but honesty is usually the best policy. Just say, hey, I kind of slacked or,
Mhm.
I didn't know what I was doing or I was so new. I didn't realize that I should be following up and here I am now and I'm following up with you. And I hope that, I could get you some new Scentsy products or help you with any of your future Scentsy needs. And that way, you're kind of opening the door to say, hey, I still sell Scentsy. I kind of dropped the ball, but I'm still here if you ever need me. Like, it doesn't hurt to reach out to those people. But I would start with the most recent. That way, you're not backtracking even more, like once you reach out to the oldest ones, because this way they're like, okay, she's here. I ordered last month and she's following up to make sure my products are working well and I love them. Cool. And then you can kind of start working back from there. Once you start your momentum, you'll really get into a groove. Like, because once I go into my book, I could be lost in there for hours. Like, I just have fun, like writing out my post-it notes and like, oh, this person ordered this and it's going to discontinue. So I've got to get in touch with them or whatever the case may be. Like, I try to reach out and it's just fun. Like, you'll see. It's so fun to like reach out to your customers and say, oh my gosh, sorry. It's just fun to like reach out and, finally kind of build those relationships. And you'll see after like the second call, you'll be like, what was I ever afraid of? I'm not afraid. I'm just talking to people. That's it. Does that help?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Perfect. My last question that I have for you, and then I'll see if we have any questions on the group page. If
Okay.
you have a question that you want to ask Meagan, ask it on the group page in one of the, just post it on the group page just so I make sure to see it. If you have a question you want me to ask her for you. So the other question I had is, and this might be difficult to ask because people ask me these kind of questions all the time and I'm like, I don't know. But my question is, how frequently, and maybe you answered this and I didn't hear when I was letting my husband in the house, but how frequently are you doing these things? Like, how often is it, like once a week that you're having to send thank you notes, or like how often do you see throughout your month, or how much time throughout your month are you doing follow-ups? Like,
Right.
does that make sense?
Yes, definitely. And I know I didn't answer that. So again, I have a 3 and a 4-year-old. But they go to school part-time. So a lot of times I'll do that while they're at school. I'll do Scentsy stuff. I'll, you know, go through my binder or it's kind of so hold on. I don't have them with me, but I also incorporate Christina Steinbruck's scalable systems into my business. So I kind of follow those like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And of course they're in the car because they're in my work bag. And I try to I do a lot of stuff at work. So I'm a little different than everybody else because of my work schedule. So a lot of times I'm doing
I
like
do a lot of stuff when I work for my parents too.
yeah, exactly. So like sometimes like my Mondays I really do like on Fridays because like I do them over the weekends. But I kind of use her system. So if you guys can YouTube her as well and look up her scalable systems and she shares how she does those. And I edited them to my preferences and how I run my business. But typically for my thank you packages, because I use stamps.com, I always I stay up a little bit later on Thursday nights so I can sleep in Friday mornings for my work schedule. So typically Thursday nights is when I do all my mailings, like every Thursday. So my thank you packages or anything that came in that week or anything like that is Thursday nights. And then follow ups is typically Tuesday or Thursday mornings when my kids are at school. Or if I have like a doctor's appointment or somewhere where I know I'm going to be sitting a while, I'll take everything with me and belt it all out there. But it's typically in one sitting once or twice during the week, depending on how much time I have.
Smart.
So it's not every day. So like, if somebody has a follow up on the 19th and it's the 16th, well, I'm going to follow up with everybody within that week window at that time, just because it's easier and you're not backtracking. But
this way, doing it once a week, you feel like you're keeping a good handle on it to where it's like a large buildup where it's like, oh, crap, I got to send 30 thank yous.
Right. Exactly. So I try to do it once a week. I mean, sometimes I'll have my thank you packages ready to go. So all I have to do is print the label. And sometimes I'll do that like, on customer day in my scalable systems. And then that's done. It's already, all I have to do is handwrite the thank you, but the package itself with the samples and everything is done and ready to go. So it just depends on that.
Listening to Meagan talk, this is what's so amazing about our Scentsy family, because we all have so many different like talents and skills, and all the things that Meagan's talking about doing are all the things that I suck so bad at. Mine's just like, what's on the to-do list today? What do I need to get done? Oh, okay, there's no order. There's no order whatsoever. So let's talk. I'm just like, wow, that's so inspiring. We all have our strengths and our weaknesses, and that's what I love about how much we share and work together, because man, together we're an amazing, when we put all of these ideas together, we're just an awesome powerhouse. And you've really shared some great things that I need to start doing like 5 years ago. And so I'm excited. I didn't get to come to your breakout because I was doing my little expo thingy. So I'm excited that I got to hear all of this, and I can understand why my team loved it so much.
Yay! I'm so excited. I'm so happy.
Let me just check the group page real quick and make sure there's no questions that somebody wanted me to ask. Oh, yeah. Okay, so here's a question. With the thank you packets you send out, about how much do you pay on postage to get an idea? Do you send to the customer or the basket party host?
To the customer. I send to each customer. I want each customer to get their own package. And then so I use stamps.com. So it's a little discounted because you use stamps and you pay a monthly fee. You could look into it though. It's kind of worth it if you're going to send a ton of packages. Plus it's the convenience of printing it at home and throwing it in your mailbox, or printing it at home and throwing it in the post office mailbox.
I hate going to the post office.
Oh my God. And I don't know about.
That's one thing I am scheduled about. That's my Mondays and Friday. Those are one of my errands on Mondays and Fridays is post office.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I don't know about you, but my post office line legit is always out the dang door. I'm like, I don't know why you don't have enough people working here. But anywho, the price range is, because it's a padded envelope, I put everything in a padded envelope. It automatically bumps it up. I don't even know how much, because
it's considered a package then, not a letter.
Exactly. And their prices just went up, but then they just went back down. But I pay between $208 and $260 a package, depending on what's in there and who's, where it's going. But it's not that much, I don't think. And then it's a write-off. But if you can't do a thank you package, don't do it. Like, send a thank you note. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes.
One stamp, it could, you do not have to send a thank you package. Don't forget, I've been doing this a while and I've accrued a lot of stuff where I can send those things, but don't feel like you have to do that. A simple thank you note goes a really long way. You can even put a coupon in there.
One of my old school things that I did was send a cent circle,
Exactly. Yes.
And then cent circle is one stamp, but then you've got the cost of the cent circle. So I feel like what Meagan does and what I do kind of all balances out. But yeah, I mean, do what's in your budget. Like Meagan said, if it's just a handwritten thank you card or even a thank you postcard.
Right, exactly. Because postcard stamps are cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned that like 2 years into my business.
Oh no.
I hope you all heard that from Meagan right now. Postcard stamps are cheaper. Do not put regular stamps on postcards.
Yes. Don't. Yeah. Because the one time I went, I just said, are there different stamps for postcards? And she said, yes. And so a simple like you could create your own, like on Vistaprint, get it on sale, and a postcard. I mean, anything to say thank you is better than nothing. And it shows that you care, and it shows that you're reaching out as their consultant, and that they're on your mind. Like you didn't forget about them. So that's awesome. No matter what you do, it's awesome. You don't have to go crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Awesome. So I don't think we have any other questions. Is there
Cool.
anything else that you want to add, Meagan, as we wrap things up?
Just get outside your comfort zone, and just remember that no is not forever. And if you're feeling afraid, just call me up or message me or message Katie and be like, I'm so afraid I can't do this. And then we're gonna be like, yes, you can. And then you're gonna make the call and you're gonna feel amazing. And it's gonna be fine. It's not a big deal, really. We know how you're feeling. There's always that nervousness, like you're like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? You're like anxious, and then they answer and they're like, when you get off and you're like, well, that was easy. And then you're like, okay, I can do it again. Like there's always gonna be that little bit of like timidness, but don't let it ruin your relationship or your business because you're afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid. It's just a no for right now. And just think in your head, my customer wants to hear from me. Plus I told him I'd call, so I'm calling. That's how I would think of it. Like don't sell yourself short. Don't let fear stand in your way.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think
Thank
that's
you
awesome.
so much for having me. It's so awesome. I'm so excited. And I hope you guys take at least one thing home. You learned something, I hope. And, again, if you have questions or if you want to see the binder again, it's on YouTube. Just search my name and it'll all come up.
It was amazing. Thank you so much,
Thank
Meagan.
you.
Your time tonight, taking away from your family between 9 and 10 o'clock hour. We appreciate it so much. And this was recorded. So if you're watching this live, share it with your team members, send them a private message. Hey, this was awesome. It's a really, 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 really important aspect of this business. Everyone needs to be doing follow-up. So share it with your downline. And we just really appreciate you being live or watching the recording because when you show up, you go up. The more knowledge you gain, the more you learn, the more you're going to grow and the more your business is going to grow. So thank you again to Meagan. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I hope you all have a wonderful night, and let's rock and roll with this awesome incentive that we've got May through July. Who's ready to rock?
Woohoo!
All right. Well, good night, everybody.
See ya.